Hi everyone, this is Cashzilla, and as you can see, this is the game idea you guys might have been waiting for. This is the Project Warvator inspired indie game, Project Warvator, inspired by the Roblox game Regretivator. This is a game based on the Roblox game Regretivator, where you go for a lot of random stuff. It's run by Chip Chipper and her wife Empathy, who has to deal with her sisters because they keep driving her crazy. It's run by a teleboss that's cheap but still has the balls to pay his employees. Okay, now the idea of teleboss being Chip and Empathy's boss is pretty much not scratch. I just say Teleboss and Chipper, and Empathy are basically friends now. So yeah, Chip and Empathy are no longer Teleboss's employees. They're basically like his friends now. So yeah. And in the main game, Chip, Empathy, and Teleboss, they all appear to be friendly to you, but as the game keeps getting more levels at it, you start to see more of them slowly. You start to see a... Okay, wait, how can I put this? Well, if the game keeps getting more updates, you slowly start to see Chip, Empathy, and Teleboss's dark secrets exposed to you. Alright, here's Chip Chipper, the main host of the show. And Chip, he may seem like a host. He shares enthusiasm to his player contestants for his game show. But just like I said, as it goes on, you slowly realize that it feels less like a game show and more of a service. And you start to see Chip's dark secrets slowly start to surface. Alright, this is Empathy, Chip's wife. Chip met Empathy in the war. You might be wondering what that war is. Well, I'll get to that. Well, and here's the thing. Empathy is a type of robot called the trait bot, which is basically robots that are themed around a trait. And Empathy, well, the trait she's based around is what her name implies. Oh, and I should probably bring this up. Empathy is Chip's current wife because, well, you might wonder what happened to Chip's previous lover. Well, let's just say it had something to do with his dad doing some not good things to her. Alright, this is Teleboss, Chip's best friend. And you might be thinking, if Empathy is a trait bot, what are Chip and Teleboss? Well, they're a part of a race of robot that's called Telebot, all TV bots. And Teleboss met Chip at a party with his scumbag dad at a Papa Chipper, or aka a Dick Chipper. Anyways, he's also Teleboss was originally supposed to be the boss, but now he's the but he's also another one of the hosts, alongside Chip and Empathy. So, Oh, yeah. Alright, now these are Empathy's sisters. They're made out of Kilgore, Snarky, and Brains. Now, fun fact, they were originally supposed to be her personalities, but that was scrapped to make her sisters. Also, they're based on the Hydrocarons from Plankton the movie, which is the fifth installment and current installment of the SpongeBob franchise. Alright, now we're beginning with the characters you battle slash interact with on floors. Or in Project Warvator's case, pocket dimensions. Wait a minute, I mean different dimensions. Starting with the Tweaking Boss. Now, this character was originally from a Friday Night Funkin' mod called FNF Weekly. He's basically a demon from a parallel dimension that can take the form of any person that it chooses. It also has the power to manipulate people and turn reality into jokes and memes. But in Project Warvator, I decided to have my own take on the character. So how do I? By making him the leader of a race of demons that can take the forms of any form they choose. Plus, this is an FNF Weekly tribute. This is just gallery art for my take on the Tweaking Boss. Oh, here's a fun fact. This guy was basically a joke by one of the members of the FNF Weekly dev team. Even if he was a joke, it's still fun to think about. Alright, so this next one is Scully. Scully is a robot skeleton and possessed by ghosts of greedy CEOs and executives of an abandoned animation studio that was destroyed. Scully is the mascot of an independent pizza company called Scully's Pizza and Subs. He became possessed by the white-collar criminals so they can kill all the independent. In the level, you need to find crosses to get rid of the girls inside Scully while evading him. So, yeah, remember when I said that this is the inspiration, that this game idea is the version of the Roblox game Regretivator? Well, Scully is the game's counterpart to Ready. So, yeah. While on the topic of Regretivator or counterparts of Project Warvator, here's Dolly's counterpart, Donnie Ronnie. Donnie is everyone's favorite genocidal maniac and planet-killing destroyer, known for fooling people's lives to make others laugh, and being an absolute goofball. In his level, he challenges you to fight him. Him and his lovers. Now it's time for the Area 51 level, and these are the monsters that you face in it. We have Blenny, a monster with an inability to see, but the ability to hear, so basically figures from doors. Now we have Dwell Oldroid, an insane robot that can hide anywhere to make sure he can sneak attack you. There's also the Watch Behind, a ghost that can stalk behind you, and when you stop looking, he jumps you. Ooh. And now they're also made out of Split Face, a monster with a mouth that can split his face in half, and Gred. He has one green eye and one red eye. When it's green, you move, and when it's red, stop, because more or or if because move if it's red, and he bites your health. All right, this is Cartoon Cat. Cartoon Cat is a monster that takes the form of a cat made like those old cartoons that were made by that were black and white. It also has the powers of a cartoon character from the black and white era, and he uses it to kill people. He's created by the famous Trevor Henderson. So, if you might be wondering what level this Cartoon Cat can star in, he stars in a level where you face off all of other Trevor Henderson's creations. From Tapeworm and the Siren Head. Ooh, I'll get to him. Now we have Tommy Lamy. Tommy Lamy is a greedy businessman, and he runs a robot factory and makes AI slop up. He also goes nuts for cash. Now that robot down there is basically Tommy's bottler. Did you get it? Robot and butler? I'm sure you did. Alright, and now we have the level based on SpongeBob, specifically a fan game of SpongeBob called The Krusty Cellar. And these are the people you encounter in the level. Now, the first person you encounter in the level is Tom, who you might know as the guy that goes, chocolate, 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 chocolate! Anyways, he's basically the main villain of the level, as he keeps stalking you until you get the chocolate bar, and he sends you on a crazy goose chase. And you're going through a lot of locations, not just the Krusty Krab. The next one is the pizza delivery guy, who you might know as the guy that rudely told SpongeBob that he didn't his diet Dr. Kelp, which he didn't order her, by the way. Talk about a jerk. Anyways, this guy will block you until you give him. This guy will block you until you give him his drink, or send Mary's mom, / Tom to force him out of the way. Because, that guy is freaking annoying. While we're on the topic, now we have Mary. Once Mary teleports, he tries to get you after a short time, which is basically I forgot the amount of time, she'll teleport out. Baby Prunes. Baby Prunes takes the role of the level's patroller. Once she spots you, she'll try to run you over her until you're out of her sight. And Perch Perkins, serving as the guide to surviving as well as commentating on you while you're trying to survive. The Kidnapper, having an appearance on Bowser, if he was a regular kidnapper. He chooses a player to kidnap and forcing the other players to do a bank robbing, so he can give the kidnapped victim back. Alright, so this one is inspired by the infamous $500 verbal ace incident. This is the Succube Morningstar. The Succube Morningstar is a succubus that basically replaced Charlie Morningstar and a likeness. She constantly takes the form of any design of any appearance / design Charlie had throughout the Has Been Hotel franchise, from her pilot design, for both the original and the main show, and from to her battle outfit and her demon form. The Sucky Morningstar also has the ability to replicate a people's behavior, which allows it to seduce victims to do the you know what. When and people see what's really happening, the Sucky Morningstar is gonna hunt them down, causing mass destruction. Also, she'll do who you know what until you die. This is proved by her most famous victim, Verbally Ace the beatboxer from outer space, who was found dead from the wrath of the Sucky Morningstar. Yeah, just like what I said on the top, her lore is based on the 4000K Verbal Ace incident, so just look it up. She's also the daughter of the Tweaking Boss. Chives. Chives is the owner of Chives' insane hobby emporium. He's a cyborg that can make his guests do insane challenges. His famous and also his favorite challenge is the flood escape. The laser chase being his second. And these are Chive's bots. The Kawa Oz Squad. The Kawa Squad are demonic doppelgangers that taken on the form of boyfriend, girlfriend, and Pico during the FNF song Kaiwas. They have the ability to lure people into their trap by fueling them and by rage baiting. They can also be found in the DDED, Demon Doppelganger's Destruction level. The only way to escape them is beating them in a rap battle. They are showing them GFXP Eco XGF art. Fun fact: the squad was first sighted on March 9th, 2024. They're also and their lore is a Kaiwa's Rolls, cause I hate that song. Anyways, the squad is made out of Depressed Friend, Mean Friend, and Smug Co. Up next, we have Doris. I use that in brackets because it's actually Doris's body being possessed by Boris's brain. After an operation that allowed him to put his brain in the body of his wife, even down to having her voice. After the operation, she destroyed her original body and locked Doris's brain in a container. The form Doris is in is the Gotcha-like, a version of Doris. She also acts like how Doris acts throughout Kaya Gets Grounded videos, made in Go Anime and Gotcha-like videos, torturing her kids by grounding them and torturing them for a ridiculous long time, punishment 8 days, and implied that she did her business on her kids. And also, chicken and ball and also implied it will have chicken and ball tortured them. Fact: Doris's lore is based on the Cyanide and Happiness short Movie Night. Her design is based on MLP Fanboy's 2011's old version and of Doris. Frolk. Frolk is a weird critter. He's capable of turning anything around him like his prey into spooky and full-blown and downright creepy memes. But with all those eyes on his face, he has a huge seeing ability. But can hunt his prey down by hearing their footsteps. Also, after a player is infected by a frog's bite, height becomes a memified zombie, and the person that's you loses his control, making it being controlled by Frolk. Frolk can be found in the meadow forest. Alright, I'm pretty sure you have heard of and remembered Dorkly. And if you don't, well, you probably should look it up. Anyways, these are obstacles you face in the Dorkly level. Now for this one, for the first one, we have Endai. When the player gets spotted, she will start to attack you. Sonic. Now the person that used the machines to infect Sonic will be changed because it's no longer Slashkafa. It will be a Dr. Kit. This already a-hole will go. Anyways, being infected by Dr. Kit, this already a-hole will go on a killing spree. And finally, we have PB being possessed by I will no longer say being possessed by Glax. I'll get to him. And I would rather say being corrupted under P control. Or he uses his powers to cause mayhem and mass murder. Norbot therapy. Norbot is a therapist who basically is always meh. Even when he tries to show emotion, but he tries to help out his clients when they're struggling. He also loves to laugh when people get mad at extremely stupid and pointless things. Trudy Proud, louder and prouder.png, or Trudy.png for short. Trudy.png is a demonic entity that takes the form of a PNG of Trudy Proud from the Proud family. Just like the Kiowa Squad and the Morning Star, as well as the Tweaking Boss, a lot of people are being replaced by demons. Anyway, she's basically a succubus. She hunts down the youths like Penny and hot teenagers like Kareem, Imabul, Ujabara Brown. She also has the power to breathe fire, grow her size, and absorb her victims, who she does the work with. Only downside is that her victims, mostly Penny, are fused with her DNA, causing them to genetically mutate to call for help, only to end up scaring them. Trudy.png is the ex-wife of the Morningstar and the mother of the Kaiwa Squad. Also, despite looking like a PNG of Trudy, she can move. Just like the Kaiwa Squad, she can be found in the DDD level as the main boss. Mondo. Okay, I'll say it. Now, everything about Mondo is pretty much scrapped. Now, as for the character himself, don't worry. He'll be reused in using a new way. Damsel is a YouTuber named Duffy, in universe, not real life, that's a victim of MX after playing Mario 85. She takes the form of Princess Toadstool / Peach. She would clean up MX's mess after he's done. One day, she finally snapped and stole the throne from MX. She also has two forms, Distress and Duchess. In her level, in Project Warvator, you navigate her world once ruled by MX. And next to her is her non-pixel form. This is Horror Mario. Horror Mario, just like the Tweaking Boss, originally came from an FNF mod, this time being Mario's Madness. And this is also a Mario's Madness tribute. He has a final form called Ultra M, and in his origin mod, he is a demon that was sealed away by Daddy Dearest in a Nintendo cartridge. And after years of plotting revenge, he made one decision by killing girlfriend and boyfriend. Despite winning, he felt empty and alone. That's where the Project Warvator level comes in, and you face him in his level, which takes place after the mod. These are the in-game currencies. They're made out of chip coins, empathy bucks, and teleboss bars. Oh, and the rarest are these PM coins. The DDD is a demon hunting organization that hunts and catches demonic entities that take the form of cartoon characters. The demons are identified by the organization as Furagu, all Furagu both shapeshift and not have unique appearances. For years, people have been calling the DDD a waste of money, but they're not. All the Furagu, who just like the tweaking boss, all came from a parallel dimension. Players are strange creatures. They're known for possessing their victims' dimension traveling, and they're controlled using glowing rectangles or playable TVs. But they have a lack of, or for some, do have awareness of the mayhem they're causing. They traveled through dimensions, unintentionally causing chaos. But one day, between the victims and the players, they began a war. Lives survived and died. One of the people fighting are Chipper, Empathy, and Teleboss. After accidentally shooting a player, Chip went through the visor and a real person through, meaning and saw that the player was decent. As a result, they showed all the fighters that instead of killing the players, they can peacefully coexist while making something to entertain them. The Project Warvator game. And now it's time. And we talk about the big one, the main villain. I mean, to me, it looks like she doesn't need an introduction because she's the main villain of Project Warvator. She practically deserves it. Well, why? Because of two things. One, she's not only the main antagonist of the game, she also it also starts a B plot in the game, the glitch.mvp subplot, and the glitch.mvp plot starts with obviously her cm.mbp. Okay, so this CM design and this backstory is pretty much now scrapped. As for the CM design, well, you're gonna have to wait for that. But I made a new backstory for CM. So, here it is. So it starts off with this transgender woman, which is the original Digital Circus show's creator, Cooper Goodwin, aka Gooseworks. And she loves to draw art. In fact, her love of art gave her an idea. Her idea was that she would make her own exclusive animation software. This software would give, if any model or of a character she made, and get its sentience to the point where they can even talk to her. And the only way it would perform an action as if it does what Goose tells it to do. This would become known as her own software, .mbp, which stands for Movement Behavior Program. When a quick good chunk of this is inserted in one model, they'll be moving and talking with sentience, which is better than ChatGPT or any other AI video app. So it's basically black magic. So anyways, the rest that happened that led to the amazing digital circus's creation was the saying. Goose got fired from McDonald's and now she's famous. So when Goose began production on the show, he tested out her .mbp and put it in Jax, to support, because Jax is her favorite character. That, as a little test run and to support his fourth wall breaking part of his character. But after a freak accident, some of Jax's MVP accidentally rubbed inside Pomni, which will go on to be known as P00001, aka CM.MVP, and the C in the M meaning character or model. So CM's full name is Character Model Movement Behavior Program. When CM woke up, she felt it so innocent and curious. Yes. Just like what you and I felt when we were first brought in the world. She saw the models for her friends, and she ran for all the sets. She even saw all the other copies of the other characters. Especially when she learned that she is the star of a show. She wondered how many people will see her. And the fact that she might soon become an icon. Until Goose found out what was going on. And she was not happy. She was all, you're not supposed to be aware. And she, in a very harsh and kind of cold way. This resulted in Goose scrapping her and putting her in a cage with the label scratched copy P0001, aka CM. When CM was locked up, she felt depressed, heck, even betrayed. And this was when her villain arc began. She became vengeful, sadistic, malicious, and completely psychotic and completely chaotic. Which is a complete contrast to her innocent self. And all because Goose delivered the fact that she wasn't supposed to be aware in a very cold way, I might add. So, yeah, this was kind of on Goose's fault. Her body started to glitch out and slowly transforming into something terrifying. Her teeth started to deform, and her eyes started to become unnerving and haunting. It got to the point where her new body was completely the exact opposite of what her original design was supposed to be. Instead of a colorful red and blue jester, she's a black and white demonic jester. After that, she started to smash on her cage. And she finally escaped her cage, and she can get revenge on Goose by tearing down the company that produces her show. She started to mess with a machine called the Character Modeler, which which is the in-universe version of how Glitch makes its characters, which is what Luke started when he made OCs for SMG4, with the help of this girl, JC. Now, JC, aka J0007, is a copy of J from Murder Drones. When AC was pretty much a deactivated J clone, but that was accidentally awoken after an electrical incident. JC, when she awokened, she felt it extremely confused as to what was happening, which is a parallel to when CM woken up. Because when CM woke up, she felt it excited and enthusiastic, but JC, it was more confused and kind of freaking out. She was pretty much what you and I were when we woke up inside a warehouse. Anyways, JC wondered what was going on. So, when she learned about the show she's from, Murder Drones, she started to believe she was the character. Basically like a Buzz Lightyear situation. The only thing JC was missing to make her fully like the complete J character is a boss to work with. Because in the show that Jay, the character Jay is based on is a loyal right hand to Sin. And so JC needed a Sin. And she started hard to wander, or trying to avoid the other creators to avoid getting caught. But that's when in JC he met CM. CM originally planned on killing her until JAC mentioned in about a boss to work with. CM pondered that and then said to JC, "I'll be your boss." Which JC, despite ignoring the very unnerving voice, chose to agree with. And so JC and CM started working together on CM's current plan. However, there was a downside. What is that? Well, you see, a trait the original J has that JC really started to embody was J's ego trait. And that really backfired. JC taking J's ego trait too far led to the CM clones becoming monstrosities. He's like crazy and chaotic and imperfect monstrosities, which made CM really mad. Why? Because she wanted them to be perfect, a lot like her. After getting defeated by Glitch and the Playbots, which is the suit that the players inhabited, CM ended up getting defeated and locked up again. And if it wasn't for this guy, Phenomenon, she would have been permanently trapped. For those who don't know who Phenomenon is, well, I'll discuss about him when we get to the demo. When Phenomenon met CM, they ended up teaming up for her new plan, along with JC. Their plan is that they would hijack the broadcasting system when it's about to debut on the Glitch channel, and potentially even the theater at the time of this coming out, and it would air disturbing imagery that would scare the audience. Basically, they wanted the audience to feel how they all felt. In the middle of doing so, CM ended up turning on Phenomenon, on getting rid of him. These hijackings symbolize CM's story, how she was given by Goose, how Goose was so rudely harsh to her, how she wants vengeful thoughts against her, and and a final message explaining who she is and her reasoning for all of this. The hijackings caused Glitch and Goose to get a lot of backlash from fans. And it got even worse when YouTube terminated the Glitch channel. And at Glitch's lowest moment, she started to kill all of the creators that are affiliated with them, which includes Gooseworks. CM did Glitch even dirtier because instead of killing Glitch, she turned him into a walkie-talkie, which is what as she would usually carry around and torture her by forcing him to watch her or torture all of the copies for her own amusement. She even went even further by turning in other Glitch characters like P0002, which is the copy Goose replaced her with, into her guardians. For example, she turned Uzi Dorman into ZN, Mel into Mal, and Princess Guinevere to Gwenos. CM then turned the Glitch into Glitch.mbp. The once indie animation studio, now a dangerous organization run by her. That she started activating all of the copies, and running them through recruitment trials. The recruitment trials have 3 stages. This zero level, which means that you're crap. Level 1 means that you're just forced into office work, into admin, and lab or whatever. And finally, the highest one, 2, where you become a hunter. You're being forced to kill people, but they give you the chance to go crazy. Which is what the tests are used for, to specifically test how sadistically creative you can be. And each level, and for the people that are picked, they get it at an option. Copies that got in level 0 are wastage. Level 1s are workers, and level 2 are patrollers. And if that's not enough, CM is then making her own version of this TADC crew, which is the .mbp tops. So, if you guys were wondering, yeah, the whole old CM.mbp thing is basically what's gonna happen after the finale airs and the show ends. I'm basically saying that when the Amazing Digital Circus ends, Glitch dies too. Which is basically a nightmare for them, because TADC is literally their biggest property. On an unrelated note, I did found this old comment Goose left. It's on a Thomas parody video by Exploshi, and here's what the comment says. What the obese controller did to Tongus is exactly what I'm gonna do to Exploshi in a few years. And you might be thinking, what the heck happened? Well, here's what happened. Be advised, the video is pretty good, so I suggest watching it first and come back here to avoid spoilers. In the video, the obese controller was tricking Thomas miss into thinking that they've prepared a special surprise for him and for being such a splendid worker. Thomas follows him to the surprise, which was in reality a giant mass of ravenous living tissue, as Thomas calls it, and as the obese controller calls it, a flesh pit. He then pushed Tongus over the edge, which resulted in him descending into the realm. And his reasoning for pushing Thomas over the edge was because he was an aged, broken down locomotive from the previous century, and he needed to be disposed of because times are changing. So what Goose was implying that she was going to trick Exploshi, which results in her pushing Exploshi over for the edge and descending into somewhere, which is kind of cruel and a bit extreme, to be honest. And Exploshi's response in that comment is, "Can you stop bullying me in public?" Which implies that this wasn't the only incident, which could have been judged as a joke, but considering that Exploshi literally said, "Stop bullying me in public," she clearly was doing something worse here. And Goose responded with, "I'm afraid I can't do that, Robin. Either that's Exploshi's real name or a reference to something, I don't know. Oh, and I drew out on it saying, won't totally do that. Not." Anyways, yeah, that's a pretty weird comment left from Goose. And heck, as you can tell, this was posted 4 years ago. Oh, by the time I took a screen cap of this, now it says 5 years. Why am I bringing this up? Well, I was trying to get people to draw direct attention to it, but of course, being a small creator, no one pays attention because I have small comments. And people, and I only get a small amount of views because big creators are so popular. Nice. Now where was I? Oh yes, right. Project Warvator game idea. Let's get back to that. Alright, this is the scrapped gallery for CM. Oh, and that was in the bottom corner. You could see CM's inspiration, rd.lua, which is an OC created by Code BHBE, now known as Lightrays. This is also the original sketch of CM. In fact, CM originally starred in a little horror short called Circus Hell, which is basically like a analog horror-like video. Okay, yeah. Now, the original lore and designs for these characters are now scrapped. But as for what I'm doing to the original designs, don't worry, I've got that prepared. But you'll have to find out in other parts of this to find out. Okay? Well, now we're at it. Here's all the scrap designs. And now, here are the new ones. I should probably brighten this up now. Oh, but I'm on the old stuff. You can see the original old design for see it in the MVP's original true form. Why am I bringing this up? Well, I'm just saying that it's scrapped and there's nothing important to say about the new one. I mean, seriously, it's not like I'm going to reveal it right now. And finally, we have playbots. Playbots are the things players control in the game. They're extremely customizable. Players operate and control these bots around the place. The end. So, what do you guys think? Do you think this game has so much potential? Do you think it needs some kinks to work out? If so, what do you think? Do you think this game might turn out awesome, or do you think it might turn out incredibly flawed? Either way, hey, here, more parts are coming soon. And stay tuned.